This is part 2 in our webinar series, Basic Pool Architecture. Actually, a pool. A pool is just a simple division of values, right? So you have a dividing line, which you see that very simple line in the middle. That's going to create a rate. That rate is going to be the rate that you apply to a project, or I should say, and or allocate to the account or combination through the allocation accounts. That is cost divided by base, which you see on the left there. And what makes up the elements of cost is account to org combinations. And what makes up the elements of the base is account to org combinations. The one thing you don't see is the word project anywhere on that left side of the screen, because pools are made up of account to org combinations, not account to org project combinations. There is an exception. We're not going to get into that. Certain type of service center can have a project in the base. But that is, we'll call it an exception to this part of the presentation. On the base, so on the costs, first off, is account to org combinations for costs. On the base, you have 4 types of accounts. You have the base account, one type. You have the allocation account orgs, second type. You have the cost variance and the receivable variance. Cost receivable variance is the difference between your actual cost and your target value. Cost receivable variance is that difference between the two. That's how Costpoint gets from actual to target on the GL, is with these variances, okay? The variances are oddly posted during the post-revenue process, okay? It's a carry forward from the prior version of the software that Deltek had provided. It just is in a different place. It really should be part of cost, but that is where it's at. So if you want to know where does the posting occur, it's in the post-revenue process. The main control panel for pools is the Manage Cost Pool screen, okay? Everything on here is very important. It all has a business rule of some sort. To talk about it, literally this screen here, we could probably spend 8 hours just talking on this. So we're only going to highlight a couple key components, which will be the checkbox of apply rates to projects. If this pool applies rates to projects, it'll show up on the PSR that we saw at the very beginning. If it is not checked, it's considered an intermediate pool. It will not show up on PSRs. It will not show up in the project ledger.